Hey YouTube, it's Erin, and I am the Handbag Housewife, and I'm back again with another video. Today's video is going to be big. It's going to be huge. It is the unveiling or revealing of my August bag. Way back in February, I think, I set forth some rules for myself this year to be a lower buy year. And I've bought a fair amount, but I've also sold a fair amount. My rules were that if I sold something, I could buy something with that money as long as I could fund 2/3 of whatever it was that I was buying. And I think I've pretty much stuck to that. I haven't laid it out in detail for every time I've showed you something new, but I'm pretty darn close to having stuck with that, at least up until recently. I did allow myself to have 3 bags or pieces of jewelry for exceptions, I guess we could say. One in May for my anniversary time frame with my husband, one in August for my October birthday, and then one in December. And I moved the October birthday to August just so that these 3 things would be spaced out in a nice fashion. So I don't know how long ago it was, maybe 10 days ago, I got a bag that I thought was going to be this August or birthday bag from TheRealReal, and it was a fail because it arrived to me not as described, and I was able to successfully return that bag, thank goodness, even though it was listed as final sale, because they didn't mention things like leather wear, and there was significant leather and corner wear on that bag. This bag I picked up from Fashionphile, and you were not going to believe the state that it was in when it arrived to me. I went to UPS to the hub to pick it up because otherwise I have to stick around the house all day till my UPS driver comes, and he always comes when I'm picking up my youngest son from school. So I went and picked it up from the UPS hub, and when I got there, the box looked like this. If you look at this, there is almost no space left after the box was caved in on the side that it was caved in on. And if you look here, the bag takes up most of the space that the box had. And so you question, how in the heck can this bag be okay? Well, I'm going to send you now to the actual unboxing in the UPS parking lot because I didn't even want to leave there until I knew, which is pretty typical for me because I always like to open things right away. But in this case in particular, I wanted to open it right then and get it documented on film right then. And I will tell you also that UPS noted the damage to the box before I left with it. I'm going to do an in-car unboxing because the box showed up looking like this. So there is a Louis Vuitton bag inside of this box. So I'm going to carefully go ahead and try to get into the box. Let's see, how can I do this? There we go. Yeah, it's pretty much, I'm going to just rip it open. It's already partially messed up in terms of the access to it. There we go. It's a disaster. Hopefully the top of the bag is on this side. I'm praying. It actually is. So I'm very lucky, I think, that the top of the bag is the part that's crushed down. So this is the bottom of the bag, which is the widest part, and it's on the side that's not crushed. This is a bag that I came across on Fashionphile, and I saw it a few years ago and loved it when I was in Louis Vuitton in St. Louis for my birthday. And I didn't buy it at that time because it was just too much money. But this one was on sale, and so this is my birthday bag if it's not messed up. But with the way the box looked and just feeling the side of the bag now, I'm not sure that it won't be messed up, and so that's a bummer. This side looks good, and I think it was in there like this, but it may have been in there like this, so we'll see. Oh, okay. So it is the Montaigne BB, and this bag looks really big to me whenever it is on camera, but in person, it's a very petite bag, and I would say that the packaging, that this is caved in just a little bit. That may be partially because the strap is inside on that side. So let me take that out. I really wish that they would not have put the strap inside the bag like that on that side and then also tucked the handles in. But that is a really cool feature about these handles, is that they can be tucked in. And here's the front of the bag. So I think it's gonna be okay. Here's the lock inside. So it does include everything that it was supposed to include. The zipper runs smooth. There's a little scratch right here on this piece of hardware. It may be able to be polished up just a little bit. All of the LVs that are in the bicolor look pretty darn good. This is an adorable bag. I'm gonna get more into it in my closet. I just wanted to unbox it while I was here in the parking lot because the box looks so bad. So as you can see, I was really lucky in the sense that this bag, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out now, it was turned in the direction that it was. The handles were tucked in and it was turned this way, and the box was crushed on this side inward. So I think what happened is that the crushed part kind of skated the top of the back side of the bag. So I came home and I stuffed it, and this is the front side of the bag. There were no issues on the front side, which was laying flat on the bottom of the box. If you see here, there's a little dimple. That is because there is a clip that cinches the two sides together. So there's a little dimple there on both sides from that clip. And I think the Capucines often has that too, where it shows where that little clip is on the outside. But this is the Montaigne BB, and I may have mentioned that in the unboxing video. It is, I think, a gorgeous bag. It reminds me of the new Coach Empire bag that I saw recently in a shopping vlog I did. I'll link that vlog and the TheRealReal video down below. It has a lot of the same features as that bag, although the handles on this one tuck in and the Empire bag has fixed handles. So if you're wanting to get sort of a similar look, the Coach option is a cheaper alternative for sure, and it's super luxurious. I was very impressed with it. I'm going to show you some more similarities as we go. So if you turn the bag to the side, you see that there is a zippered compartment in the center. The back was kind of wavy when I very first opened it because of the box being crushed, but I did stuff it and it is looking much better. The waviness might also be attributed to the way that they stuffed the handles and the strap inside this back pocket. I'm going to go ahead and remove the stuffing now. Fashionphile did not put any padding inside the bag, but you can see I just removed the stuffing and the bag is holding its shape on the back side. So I got really lucky considering how that box looked. Let's look at the hardware a little bit. This bag was listed in excellent condition. The hardware had some tarnishing and scratching on it, and I was able to polish almost all of that out. All I see that is remaining is a little scratch right here on this back button. And the feet also look like they were kind of worn in the center. And I polished them up, and there may be a tiny bit of wear on the feet, which doesn't bother me one bit. But I really can't hardly even notice that now at all. So I would say this bag's probably an 8.5 or a 9 out of 10. It's pretty amazing. I tried this on a couple years ago, probably 3 years ago in the Louis Vuitton store, and I loved it. I tried this one on in the On The Go PM, and I loved this one the most, but it was too expensive for me and I didn't buy it. And I'm telling you, I got this bag for 41% off on Fashionphile. They had it marked down 30% from their starting point, and then there was an extra 10% off. So it was an amazing deal. And even though it came in a little bit battered shape, you can tell she's already tip-top, and it didn't take much work. So I use a gold and silver polishing cloth on my hardware from Amazon, and it's a brand called Connoisseurs. And this strap had some blackening right there in the crook. And sometimes that's from the gold wearing away, but sometimes it's just tarnish. And I feel like these polished up amazingly well. And it really makes me think that this bag was not used very much at all, at least not with the strap. So I have two nice interior slip pockets right there. The center compartment is zippered, and you can see there is a lock down there. You can actually lock these two zippers together if you want to. And then on the other side, we just have a single slip pocket and the made in tag, which shows this bag was made in France. And it is microchipped, which means it was made since the year 2022, I think, when they started doing the microchips. A couple other features that the Montaigne BB offers, which I think are super nice, is this clochette with the keys inside. It's a really nice decorative element. And then also it has this strap so that you can hook the two handles together. I don't think I'm going to hook the two handles together. It's so they stay in the upright position, but I feel like they stay pretty nice without hooking them together. So that's just another nice piece of trim, I guess you could say. The bag has a lot of beautiful features to it. I think they sort of replaced this bag with the Palais bag, or the Palais bag, P-A-L-A-I-S. And I really prefer this style. I feel like it's more feminine, it's less bulky, and it's just all around a really nice bag. I'm 5'8" and I'm about 140 pounds, and this is the strap that came with the bag. This strap is 45 inches long, and it hits me in the perfect spot. It really does. But I do prefer the Alma BB strap slightly to the Montaigne strap, and it is the exact same length. So my Alma BB strap has the same sort of clip over here on the right, and it's the Neo Alma BB in the Empreinte. And you will notice that it is a thicker strap. This little wrinkling here on this strap is the only real issue I've seen so far with this bag, and it is such a minor thing. When I hook the strap on, I like to leave the clochette above the strap because that just keeps it in such a nice position on the front of the bag. If I put it below the strap, it gets rubbed funny right there. And then on this side, I went ahead and put the buckle so where you could hook the two handles together if you wanted, but it just adds a little bit of interest to the other side. So here it is with the Alma BB strap, which is the same length, but it's wider up at the top. And that makes it just a little bit more comfortable. What I really wanted to try was my Coussin strap, and I would like to find a guitar strap from Louis Vuitton that's black, that's 45 inches long, fully extended with gold hardware. This one is 43 inches, and that makes a real difference when it comes to a bag that has handles sticking in the upright position. I switched hips because I put the side with the buckle on my right. So you can see that the 43-inch length works pretty well. The handles are closer to my boob area, but remember, you can tuck these handles in. If you tuck the handles in, then the clearance is a little different. It does move the strap inside the bag just a little bit, but that gives you a whole new look. This is what happens though to the clips, and that's why I think that I will leave the handles out, because the D-rings on these handles is now up against the lining of the bag, which means the clip is sort of in an awkward position. You also can't have the clochette hanging out or this decorative buckle hanging out if the handles are tucked inside. So for me, the handles need to be out. The strap that came with it, it works lengthwise for the handles to be out. And I think they stay in a pretty nice position even when they're not hooked together, which makes it really easy to get into this big wide opening inside. And you can clip the two sides together to cinch the bag in and keep it a little bit more protected from pickpockets or somebody that might want to stick their hands in your bag. One thing I want to point out is that this is more of a rust color instead of a bright cherry red. And on the pictures on Fashionphile and Yugi's Closet, it looks like it's a really, really rich red. And to me, it's more of a neutral red, more of a rusty brown red. And I prefer that because I just think it makes the bag itself more neutral. So Zumani has generously agreed to send me a insert for this bag, and I'm going to get the 3-piece silky insert, which would be a piece here, a piece in the center, and then a piece here. And I decided to do the color black because they have a cream and a brown and a pink. And the cream and the brown, they're different shades than this. So I know it'll be dark, but most of my small leather goods I think will show up just fine. And I do have one of their black silky inserts in my Odeon PM, and I don't have any trouble finding things because I just reach my hand in and I recognize the shape of the item I'm looking for rather than actually seeing it. One other strap option I have, and I probably won't use this, I'll probably just use the strap the bag came with or the Louis Vuitton Coussin strap, but this strap is from Nana Store 2018 on Etsy. And I showed it a few videos ago. I can link one that's similar down below. The exact one I have, I don't think they have it anymore, but they have some that are really similar. And you can request specific lengths on these. And so this one is a few inches longer. And why not? I'll go ahead and try it on. But you can see that this guitar strap works really well with this bag. And it's long enough that the handles are not in my way. And I can get in and out super easily. So the moral of the story is I have all sorts of strap action that can happen with this beautiful bag. I have recently started loving bags with top handles that have a zippered section with pockets. And what I mean by that is styles like this, the Trianon PM, the Palace BB. All of these bags are bags that I am really loving right now. And I had the Pochette Matisse in the bicolor print, the same black with the nudie beige LV pattern, and it just didn't work for me. I felt like the Pochette Matisse by Louis Vuitton was just a little bulky, and I know that sounds weird because this bag's probably deeper and wider than the Pochette Matisse, but it just feels a bit more streamlined and feminine to me. Louis Vuitton had this bag around for years and years. If you look for YouTube videos on the Montaigne BB, you can find ones dating back like I think even up to 11 years. But it was in the empreinte leather in like every color you could imagine. I mean, there's red, there's hot pink, there's pale pink, there's medium blue, there's a darker blue. There's so many gorgeous shades. I've seen like a taupey shade. They made it in patent leather or vernis. And this was the most recent iteration of it. But I have to tell you, I have been tempted by some of the full empreinte with the smaller empreinte print because they are so beautiful and well made. I feel like you're getting a big bang for your buck, and that's why I snagged this one up. Just for size comparison, next to the Trianon PM, you can see that it is deeper. It's probably more comparable to the Odeon PM in size for that reason. Let me grab my Odeon. So here's the Montaigne BB next to the Odeon. I think the size is almost the same on these two. The Odeon comes a little bit narrower at the top, but keep in mind that this one isn't cinched closed. So when I cinch it closed, it is pretty close. And I have to tell you, this is one of my favorite bags now. I have carried this for several days. I just switched out of it into my By the Pool Speedy because I'm trying to break her in. But this bag is freaking amazing. And it doesn't have the pockets, but that's okay because the access is so super easy to get in and out of. This bag, it is not as easy. There are a lot of obstructions to getting inside if you have it all done up, because not only do you have this buckle here that if you did it up, you would have to get around. And I've heard people say they do up the buckle and then they reach in the side they want, and then they move the buckle back or, you know, move it back and forth depending on what side of the bag the items are in. So that could work. But if you do cinch it closed, you really you pretty much have to uncinch it to get your stuff, unless you can just kind of wiggle your fingers in and get something small out of it. I do love that it has the zippered compartment in the middle. That gives you another sense of security, but I'm telling you, the layers of security on this bag are intense, with the zipper, the clip, the buckle. I mean, it's like Fort Knox getting into her, but she is so pretty that she is absolutely worth it. So here are my two bicolor top handle pocketed zippered bags that I have acquired recently. And these bags essentially replace the favorite new model that I had in the Turtle Dove bicolor. And this bag essentially replaces the Pochette Matisse that I had in the black bicolor. And I'm here for it. I love these. I do like how this has the luggage tag obscuring the LV. A lot of people might not like that. I do like it. I do kind of prefer that LV to be obscured. This one, it's front and center, but there's only one of them. And with the floral pattern, I just think it's gorgeous, especially with all of the hardware and the little extra touches that the Montaigne BB can offer. So don't sleep on this style. You can get some amazing deals. And like I said, I got this for over 40% off, which is a steal. When I saw it at such a big discount, I knew it was a match made in heaven. And thank goodness it didn't get destroyed. I mean, with the box looking the way it did, I was pretty sure it got destroyed. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, what are you waiting for? Do it and ring the notification bell so that you are notified of future exciting content such as this. Also, go find me on Instagram. The name there is the same. It's the @symbol, then the Handbag Housewife, all lowercase. You can DM me there, or you can email me at thehandbaghousewife@gmail.com. If I don't hear from you, I will see you again real soon. Take care and have a fabulous day. Bye.